Welcome back. Welcome back to the Dog House. Yeah, man. Sincere want me to go live, man. So I said, shit, I'm gonna just go ahead and go live. You say you want to chop it up a little more about whatever, with the dogs, you know what I mean? So we gonna do this thing and get it crack a lacking. You hear me? You know what I'm saying? So come on, I'm waiting y'all coming alive. King Brian, Sincere, uh I'm waiting for everybody to come on in the live, man. We in here, man. But yeah, man, it's been a crazy one, man. I was gonna go live earlier, but I said I just want to drop a video. You know what I mean? But it's after 6. It's early, so we can do the live thing and get it crack a lacking. You know what I mean? Uh, but anyway, yeah, man. It's things that I wanted to elaborate too on with the SEC championship. You know, um, a lot of people is calling for Arch Manning. Um, I don't know if he would have made much of a difference. If you watched the first game we played against Texas, we was getting the Arch Manning also. A lot of Texas fans, they want Arch Manning. They don't want Quinn Ewers. I believe that the outcome would have probably been the same. You got to think the first half Quinn Ewers was balling out the first half, man. I mean, he had 385 yards, you know what I'm saying, on the game. So like the dude had his numbers. I mean, he didn't throw any touchdown. I think he threw that one touchdown, you know what I mean, in the second half, but for the most part, I think it would have been the same outcome. Arch Manning probably would have opened it up a little more with using his legs, but Georgia was prepared for anything in the SEC championship. Texas hasn't played the big games like the SEC championship. This was their first year, playing against a Power Five SEC team like Georgia in a big game like this. So I don't think it would have went any other way. I think Georgia did what they were supposed to do, um, and we did what we had to do. You feel what I'm saying? At the end of the day, at the end of the day, the way I look at it is, it didn't matter who you had in there. Georgia was prepared, Georgia was ready, and it is what it is. Like I advocated for us to not be in the playoffs because I feel like as bad as we've been playing, and I wanted to talk about that a little more too. As bad as we've been playing all season, like I wouldn't have expected us to get into the playoffs because I didn't want to feel embarrassed. I didn't want, not necessarily me, but I didn't want the team to be embarrassed. You know what I mean? Going into the playoffs and letting the team blow them out. Because we so inconsistent. But I think most people that watch my channel kind of understand where I'm coming from when I said I didn't want us to get into the playoffs and end up getting embarrassed. But my whole thing is that we in there. Alabama didn't get put in. They didn't get in. They thought they was gonna get in, but they actually didn't get in. I didn't think they deserved to get in either. I think if they would have got in, they probably would have been they would have been able to compete. I definitely feel like that. But I mean, 3 losses. I mean, it is what it is, bro. You can't get in. Like you done lost 3 games, and who you lost to? You lost to Vandy. That was a terrible loss. Like when you lose to Vandy, I mean, your chances of getting in the playoffs is slim to none. Losing to Vandy, and that's what happened. But I don't know, man. I think that Georgia can compete. I think that Georgia will compete. I think right now doesn't look like Carson Beck is going to be back for the playoffs. So that's something that we definitely gotta look forward to seeing Gunner. I think they will have Gunner prepared. Um, I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know. Gonna look good when his first couple of snaps. He looked great, actually. You know what I mean? Like he looked better than Carson. But I think he's just got to play with the first team a little more, and get himself together and fully just hone into the fact that you probably will be our starter in the playoffs. This is your shot. This is your big shot. So you got to take this shot and run with it. Like real talk, you can't play with it. If you ain't ready, you gotta be ready. This is it. You know what I mean? This is it. So this is what we're looking forward to right now. And then as far as the transfer portal goes, um, man, like we probably gonna get a lot more players that's gonna go into the transfer portal. I couldn't believe Nitro Tugger, and I talked about that in the video. I couldn't believe that he went into the transfer, that he entered into the transfer portal. I thought that Nitro would be the next guy up. Especially after Aaron Smith, because I know for a fact that Aaron Smith is going to be that next guy to leave, or to wherever he goes. I don't know, but I feel like Nitro would be that next guy to step up. I thought Nitro, it would be Anthony Evans, Dylan Bell, um, and then a couple of other guys that's probably on the bench right now, freshman guys. I thought that it probably would be a decent core with the fact that Nitro would be able to start. He did good in the game, I think, versus Tennessee. Yeah, he did pretty good against Tennessee. So I don't know, man. I honestly don't know what's going on. Maybe, like I said in the video, maybe something happened. Hopefully, it happened for in our favor. Hopefully, it was something good to happen in our favor. I'm not sure. I hope that it's somebody that he's because 9 times out of 10, if they enter the transfer portal, it's because they feel like they won't get some playing time for one or another player. So hopefully it's somebody showing something for us for Nitro to enter, or it could possibly just he just want to go somewhere where he know he gonna get his start. He could feel like he's just. I mean, he was highly recruited. I mean, I talked about him, I covered him, before he even came to Georgia. So like, I think it could be a lot of reasons why he don't decide to come to. I mean, this could be a lot of reasons why he entered the transfer portal, and that could be one of the reasons. Now I'm going on live. Sincere talking about go live, and now I'm live. I don't even see you. Where you at? Where Sincere at? You know what I mean? I don't. I'm going live, and I don't even see the guy. Yeah, but anyway, I feel like, man, the transfer it's hard to keep players committed. At the end of the day, you never know what makes a player tick. You never know what made it. Not we used to seeing the fact that players are not getting PT, so they go somewhere else. But we don't. We you just never know what the reason could be. Somebody could offer them a bigger bag, and with NIL being out there, that's another reason. Then on top of that, like I said, you might want to go somewhere where you feel like, which it's just crazy because out of all of the teams, I feel like Georgia is one of the few teams in college football that don't have wide receivers. So why would you want to leave? If you know that you're probably gonna get your start next season. Even with Taylor, Ulysses, even though Ulysses Williams, he's a tight end, so I can't necessarily count him. But Taylor and CJ Wiley, them two guys, I don't think would have stopped him from starting. I don't think that they would have stopped him from starting. So like, I just like to know, eventually he gonna come out and say why if he do choose to transfer. Sometimes guys will say they're gonna transfer and they end up staying, but eventually he gonna say why. I think Kirby has said it. What's up, King Brian 25? It must be two King Brian, because I see a King Brian 25 and the King. I know King Brian 25, but King Brian 93. It's another King Brian, but I think Kirby had said something in the Kirby had ended up saying something talking about the players. He was like, we're always talking and dealing with our players. That'll move to the forefront like right now in terms of what we do. Smart said, but then we'll start back practicing and we'll continue to get better with the guys that want to be here. And there's not going to be a team in the country that doesn't have somebody leave, probably somebody they don't expect. But I almost feel like that's become the norm, of course. And it is what it is. We're going to coach the ones that want to be here, and that's real. That's real spill. You know what I mean? We're gonna coach the one that's gonna be here. We're not gonna dwell on the players that may go in. And I know a lot of conference teams and stuff. Not a conference teams, but I know a lot of coverage teams be wanting to know what's going on with this player, what's going on with that player, why they choosing to go in the transfer portal. Hell, all of us be wanting to know that. So that's nothing new. But at the same time, I just feel like with Kirby saying we can't focus in on players that don't want to be here. We got to focus on the ones that do want to be here, and that's my whole reason of what I was saying. What you said, King Brian. Hopefully, Bobo. can get a great game plan to fit Gunner play style. Yeah, you know what? I think he will have a good game plan. It's just up to Gunner at this point. Is gonna have to execute the game plan. He's been practicing. We've been, obviously Kirby is gonna say, like you said about every quarterback that comes in, oh, he does a great job every day. He works hard, and I think sometimes, Car- uh, uh, s- um, Kirby Smart be kind of, I don't know, man. It just be it be weird at times because as soon as a player gets in, now he has something good to say about him. But outside of that, we don't really hear anything about the other players, the players that's not starting. So, in his words, yeah, Gunna has been doing well. He's been playing hard. He's been doing whatever. We don't know. We just know from what Kirby say. But at the end of the day, I feel like he did damn good. That first drive, he did damn good. Now he slacked up after that. You know what I mean? Even though he was moving them legs. So that's what we need. I think Mike Bobo will have a plan for that playing style though. I think his arm, they saying, I'm hearing his arm is not better than Carson's, but we don't I mean, I don't think we need to have a deep threat right now because I mean we're in the playoffs, so we gotta go for what we know. All hands are on deck, but at the same time, man, we can get it done. We got veteran coaches over there. We criticize them sometimes. Me personally, I don't really criticize Bobo as much as you guys do. Uh, but at the same time, Kirby sounded confident when who is this? Scared Grove, Scar. What is that? Sacred. Oh, Sacred Grove. Kirby sounded confident when we were speaking about the playoffs. Kirby isn't. I mean, why wouldn't he? He's not gonna not sound confident. I don't think. You know what I mean? I think that Kirby knows that Gunner can get it done, and it need be. But at the same time, uh, I think that we got a lot of work to do. You know what I mean? Because we wasn't playing for Gunner to be playing in the playoffs. At least we was not planning for that. So whether we do whether I just want us to do good in the playoffs. If we don't do great, it is what it is. You know what I mean? We know we got a lot of work to do. We know that it's a lot going on at Georgia, transferring. We didn't get a lot of the recruits that we wanted. We dropped in the recruiting class of 25 to I think number 3 again. And as y'all know, we was already 3 at the pretty much at the beginning of the season. I think Ohio State was 1, Alabama was 2, and we was 3. So Texas jumped everybody and ended up at the number 1 spot, which is crazy. So obviously Texas and Alabama is going to be the threats for the 2025 season, and from here on out, I just see it being Georgia, Alabama, and Texas like conquering the SEC at this point. Um, Obviously Alabama is still getting good recruits, so we can't. It just depends on Alabama's new head coach. I forget his name. It depends on him at this point. They constantly still getting good recruits. And Steve Sarkisian, he's a good coach also. He hadn't beat us yet, so but until then, it is what it is. King Brian said, reports are saying that Eric Singleton Jr. will be visiting. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He visiting Georgia. I didn't know he was visiting Auburn and Ole Miss, but he's definitely visiting Georgia. I think he'll fit better at Georgia. Ole Miss already has decent wide receivers. I think Auburn may need a wide receiver, but I think out of all of the programs, I think Georgia is the one that's most in need of a receiver. Somebody like definitely a vertical threat. Like we need something. Kobe Young. I don't know what's going on with Kobe Young. I think I'm hoping that Kobe Young is being able to get back to football. I know that I think he got the charges dropped. So I think he should be back with the program. I'm not sure, but at the same time I'm hearing that he should be back with the team. Hopefully he does get back with the team, man. We need all we can get at this point, man, because we don't if you think about it, if we lose if we don't have all we would have with Arian Smith leaving, all we would have is Dylan Bell, Anthony Evans. Who else? Dylan Bell, Anthony Evans. I don't think it's nobody else, right? Dylan, let's go to ESPN. Um, ESPN. I know Dylan Bell. Georgia, Georgia. Yeah, it's crazy, man, because I can't even think of my own damn receiver, my own team receivers. It's because it's nobody really been doing nothing, so it's just kind of hard to really, you know, roster. Let's pull up the roster. Dylan Bell, Anthony Evans, London. Okay, yeah, London Humphrey, Dominic Lovett. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know y'all probably correcting me. Sokovie White. Yeah, yeah. What you said defense wins championships, how that stands true this season, true this year. Yeah, it's definitely showing Sacred. It's definitely showing Sacred Grove that defenses does win games. You know, not only championships, defenses win games. Uh, that's always been the old saying, and it's the truth though, because the defense does put you in position to win games. But when you get into the playoffs, you're gonna have to have somebody. You're gonna have to have a quarterback that can throw. I think you're gonna have to have a mobile quarterback, especially at this era of football nowadays. You know, you can't do this pocket passing. I mean, you just can't do it nowadays. And also, you gotta have a running back. You gotta have a run game, a pass game, and a mobile quarterback. In this era of football nowadays, King Brian said Sokovie White. Yes, Sokovie White too. But I just don't understand what's going on. Like we got definitely got Arian Smith. He's got to go. Like I don't see how Arian Smith is starting over anybody. You know, I just don't understand. You know, of course Nitro, entering his name. Hopefully they keep him there in some kind of way. Hopefully they keep him there. It's Kobe White, Kobe Young. And it's like right now the only people that I see that will actually stay is Dylan Bell because he's a junior. Dominic Lovett, I mean, he's a senior, so he may go or he may come back. I don't know. I don't know. Y'all tell me. What do y'all think? Do y'all think that these new guys, Taylor and CJ Wiley is gonna come in and start? Or are we gonna? We obviously gonna have to get somebody in the transfer portal, right? We're gonna have to get somebody in the transfer portal. I do not see any team beating Georgia unless they are mobile and can run. That defense is not giving up anything from this point on out. Taker said he's getting the senior privileges. Yeah, I think so too. I think so too. I think that's the same thing with Carson. Carson is getting senior privileges. Carson fucking threw multiple interceptions for 3-4 weeks straight. So yeah, I think you're right about that, Sacred Grove. You definitely right about that. Um, but Rodney Gaines said, I don't see any team beating Georgia unless they are mobile and can run. That defense is not giving up anything from this point on, from this point out. Yeah, the defense is good. The defense is good. I think the defense gotta want something to play for. And I think the defense stepped their game up due to the game that we're playing. I think sometimes we play down to teams level. We was doing that prior years too. We was playing down to teams level. We got to stop that though. We definitely got to stop that. Sacred Grove said Rodney Wright and giving Kirby a month of practices, we always come back 10 times better. Hopefully we do, man. Hopefully we do. King Brian, I'm glad Will Muschamp is back on the sidelines. Yeah, Will Muschamp is a defensive coach. I mean, he didn't do well over there at South Carolina. South Carolina, I live in South Carolina. King Brian said Will Muschamp makes a difference. I live in South Carolina, so I know that South Carolina did not want Will Muschamp, and I think mainly because they feel like, well, Shane Beamer I guess is doing better for South Carolina than Will Muschamp. But I think Will Muschamp is a defensive coach, if I'm not mistaken. He was also, I think, under Nick Saban also. So, I don't know, man. Hopefully, they can put because they all defensive coaches. Will Muschamp, Kirby Smart, Glenn Schumann. So if they all put their minds together with this defense, I think we can definitely be the defense that we're used to seeing. Next season, hopefully, we should be the defense that we're used to seeing. We just need to get that interior together. We need, that front seven. We have to get that together because teams is just being able to run on us a little bit too much this season. Like just a little bit too much. I'm not saying that teams can't run on Georgia. Obviously, we would love if teams didn't run on Georgia, but the fact that they've been able to run like crazy on Georgia, like is ridiculous. Georgia Tech did it. UMass did it, that blew my mind. You like other teams doing it, okay, cool. Other SEC teams doing it from time to time, okay, cool. We know they're gonna get 5-star guys, 4-star guys, highly recruited guys. We know the SEC gonna get those good guys. But for teams like UMass to run on Georgia's defense, like, nah, we can't have that. Rodney Gaines says people are going to see more of a focused Georgia team. Now that the SEC is in is bag, the Natty is the next accomplishment. They are going to hunt and hunt. I hope so, Rodney. You definitely got high hopes, Rodney. I hope so. I just feel as if because we've been so inconsistent all season, I can't necessarily 100% agree with that statement that you're making, but I do hope what you're saying is to be true. Sacred Grove runs to the edges always get us. Kirby need to focus on that. Yeah, Kirby need to focus. The main focus is focusing on a running quarterback. Period. We can get to running backs on the edge. I don't think that's a problem. But we need to focus on mobile quarterbacks. That needs to be the next thing for the Georgia defenses from here on out to be able to attack and be able to disrupt a mobile quarterback because lately the only time we lose to a team is if they have a mobile quarterback. Obviously the last few times we play Alabama is because Jalen Milroe was mobile. So, of course, he's gonna have to focus in on that. I think with Kirby being the type of coach that he is, he knows. He know what time it is. He know he could figure something out. That's why they was trying to land guys like Justice, what's the guy name that committed to fucking Texas? I couldn't believe he did that. Justice Terry. That's why he needed guys like that. He needed them that interior, something to stop that run. I couldn't believe that he did come. I thought that as long as he been committed to Georgia, I thought that he was gonna, go ahead and sign. But he went on to Texas. You feel me? I don't know, man. Eventually they're gonna be leaving Texas too, because it happens at Georgia all the time. That type of shit happens at Georgia all the time. Georgia get these highly recruited guys, all of these 5-star guys, and don't have nothing to do with them. You know what I mean? Because they got so many of them. Eventually they're gonna start leaving. So Texas got to be prepared for that. Georgia been through it multiple times. We, in and out of the season, we just luckily we have a good defense to stay solid, but we go through the same thing with players going into the transfer portal because they feel like they're not getting playing time. But anyway, I think we'll have a good season next season. I think getting into this playoffs, regardless of who we play, we're going to play our hearts out. Like I said, I think a lot of times the defense play down to their competition, and we got to change that. That's something that we got to change. And I think with the UMass game and the Georgia Tech game, we didn't come into that game. Well, not necessarily Georgia Tech, because Georgia Tech was a better team this season, and under that coach, they're a better team. But I think with the UMass game, we just played down to their level. And I see this a lot in Georgia, and I think we got to cut that out because eventually it's not going to work out for us, especially playing down to their level when your offense ain't at its best. So that's something that we got to change at Georgia. We got to clean that up big time. We got to clean it up. But all in all, man, um, I'm proud of Georgia. All in all, I'm proud of Georgia. I was the one saying I didn't want to see us in the playoffs. I did. I said I can admit to that. I was the one saying that. But at the end of the day, y'all know why I was saying that. But I'm not gonna say that if I didn't feel like Georgia was slack. And Georgia has been slack pretty much all season. We've got it done when we needed to get it done. You know what I mean? But we've been slack, especially the offense. The defense took a major blow too. Our defense is nowhere near the way they used to be. But with Sacred Grove said we destroy teams in the playoffs or postseason. Yeah, man. Hopefully y'all right, man. Hopefully you two, Sacred Grove and Rodney Gaines, He said, Rodney Gaines said, notice what Kirby said early in the year. We are preparing for the long game. He knew the team was flawed. Georgia hasn't lost nothing but 4 games in 4 years. SEC teams that challenge Georgia. Yeah, I feel like Kirby Smart did know that his team was flawed. So you're right on that, Rodney. I think that he does know that. I think that he already knew it at the beginning of the season. Because at in the beginning of the season, when he would have those press conferences, he just seemed like he wasn't so excited about this team. Everything was about, and normally everything is always about the next team. We're not worried about this or that. We worry about the next team. So normally that's Kirby's average speech. You're not gonna get a whole lot out of Kirby. But at the same time, I just felt this season he wasn't as happy about this team as much as he's been. Like as much as the certain things that he say. If you watch a lot of his press conferences or whatever, he it was a slight difference in this season. So yeah, y'all right. Sacred Grove said, I feel we've been slack, but with 3 weeks off, we will look different. We did with Michigan and FSU. Yeah, but we had a bye week against Alabama. What happened? What y'all, how you feel about that, Sacred Grove, Rodney Gaines? We had a bye against Alabama and we came in and played terrible in the first half. It took us to the second half to actually wake the hell up. You know what I mean? So what do y'all have to say about that? I mean, I know y'all speaking highly about the dogs as you should because you love your dogs, but you speaking about this bye week and stuff like that. But I understand you got a month, but you know, notice how many times he said we got to get better and stop turning over the ball. Yeah, that's true. But like I said, Rodney, what do you say to the bye week we had against before we played Alabama? We had plenty of time to figure out what we were supposed to do, and we did not do it. So that's where I come in. So I'm hoping that you guys are right. I'm just saying that us having a month, I don't know how much that's gonna, especially with the fact that Carson is going to be out. Now, if everybody want to start, if everybody, my thing is, I don't want to hype Gunner up too fast. We haven't seen him enough. He's coming into the playoffs, so I don't know if Gunner is gonna do well. I hope he does well because that's gonna help us, know what we're gonna be about next season. So hopefully Gunner does great. You know what I mean? That way we know where we stand with him next season. But yeah, like we had plenty of time off before we play Alabama, and we still look terrible in the first half. So hopefully that something changes. Hopefully y'all are right and I'm wrong. Gonna just need to be mistake free and let the defense carry us. I don't want to let the defense carry us. I don't want to let that. I want Gunner to show out because I want to know what Gunner is all about. Rodney said, I think they went into the Bama game expecting to get Bama. What? I think they went into the Bama game expecting to get Bama best shot after they did. Carson or Kirby picked them apart. Armando Black TV, bro. Every team in right now has flaws. Did you see Oregon offense Saturday? No, Armando Black TV. I did not see Oregon. I ain't even gonna lie. I didn't see Oregon. Yeah, I'm not saying that that team doesn't have flaws. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that Georgia shouldn't have any flaws. I'm just saying from what we've seen this season, Georgia has had so many flaws that we've never seen this many. When the last time we seen this much flaws in Georgia's team, offense and defense? Like it's not just been the defense and it's not just been the offense. It's been both sides of the ball. We haven't seen this much like terrible game playing. Like it's been bad. Like, but I gotta give credit when credit's due. So I'm not gonna just completely shit on my dogs. Indiana or Notre Dame won't be able to score over 20 points. I hope not. I hope we blast their ass. I ain't even gonna lie. I hope we thrash them. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. Like big time. Thrash them. Yeah, but I don't know, man. I'm hoping for the best, but I know we've been so inconsistent. That's all I say. I always hope for the best for my dogs, but we've been inconsistent. We was even inconsistent in the SEC championship. Just think about the first half. And then also everybody's leaning on, well, we're a second half team. We're a second half team. We can't keep leaning on that. That's not gonna. It won't last forever being a second half team, because eventually somebody gonna thrash our ass in that first half, and we ain't gonna be able to come back. So y'all might have to think about that too. What he said, there's no elite team in right now. Oregon is very shaky. Man, I gotta go watch Oregon, Armando. You making me want to go watch Oregon. I'm gonna have to go check them out. Oregon defense is not going to hold up in the playoffs. Their best bet is to outscore the other team. Well, yeah, I mean that's best bet for everybody, to outscore somebody. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I don't know. Georgia got a lot of shit to work on. This year is kind of like 2007. No real clear cut. Yeah, like 2007. Rodney Gaines said, for some reason we started slow all year. Yeah, yeah, yeah. This ain't the first year we started slow. This is not the first year. It's just we've started slow the whole first and second quarter all year. Like majority of the time, we'll start slow that first quarter and then start trying to pick it up towards the second quarter, or a little bit before the half. But this season, it's been the first and second quarter, no points on the board, or either 3 points on the like. So yeah, we've really been at our lowest this season. We just found a way to win almost every game, except for the two losses. Yeah, Oregon isn't elite like everyone thinks. I never thought that they were elite. I just thought they were elite for their conference. I never thought that Oregon was anything. I watched a few of their games and they did look good. But I just, you got to think we the SEC, so I never think nobody is as good as the SEC. That's just my thing. Even teams like Ohio State, I just don't feel like they are as good. I think they sometimes play as good, but I don't think they as good as the SEC. You think if we make the championship, Carson will be back? Did anybody say? Nah, ain't nobody said nothing. I think Carson gone. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. I think Carson gone. If Carson does come back, I don't think it's gonna be a problem for us. I think a lot of people saw the interceptions and jumped to conclusions. Most of us did. Even I overreact at times about Carson Beck, but at the same time, Carson Beck makes some big time throws. I've seen it. Armando said Penn State was running all over Oregon defense. We just beat the number one defense with a backup quarterback. Yeah, that's true. You got a point, Armando. You definitely got a point. Uh Rodney retracted his message. King Brian said Tennessee might beat Ohio State. I believe so. I believe they could, but Ohio State, they still in there, man. They Ohio State is still a good team to try to beat. So that'll be. I would say this. This is a good matchup for Tennessee. This will let me know if Nico is still their starting quarterback. I'm not sure. I don't follow Tennessee as much, but if Nico, I'm sure Nico's still playing. But hey, that's a good matchup. Tennessee versus Ohio State. That's a damn good matchup. Rodney Gaines said Gunner is going to do just fine. He's been in the system for years. Yeah, he been in there for a couple of years. Um, I don't know. I just don't know yet. I don't wanna jump the gun and just automatically just be rooting for Gunna when everybody's have already been talking crazy about Gunna, even me. I had my doubts when I saw him in that Clemson game, and true enough, he hadn't had enough time to fully develop because we've been getting outclassed half the season, so we didn't get time to even get to see him. Carson had to play 4 quarters, damn near every game, so if we was able to see Gunner a little bit more, I probably could say more about how I feel about his game. But right now, I can't judge it just off of the second half. I can't just judge it off of that. I got to see him more. Rodney Game said Gunner. Okay, yeah, I already saw that. Rodney Game said I think Clemson is going to upset Texas. Yeah, Clemson probably will. They probably will. I don't know. Armando TV dog. Remember Texas has the best. Yeah, that's true. Texas do got the best defense. We're moving the ball all day on Texas. We just dropped the ball. We just kept dropping the balls. That's true. Aaron Smith was the one dropping them damn balls. Do Gunna have a ring, or he came afterwards? No, Gunna got a ring too. Gunna got one. Armando said sacred afterwards. No, I thought Gunna got one. I thought Gunna No. He did come because he came. What Gunner came? I thought he did have a ring though. I thought I heard. Let me see. Where's Gunner at? Where's Gunner? Gunner. Carson. Gunner. Sophomore. Nah. Okay. So yeah. So nah. He came after. He a sophomore. Yeah, you right. You right, Armando. You on point, Armando. That's what I like to see. People in the comment section that know what they talking about. Yeah. King Brian said the team responded better with Gunner in the game. Gunner had the right grit that a quarterback should have when he took that big hit and got up. I knew he had. Yeah. You know what? I knew Gunner. Yeah, you was right, Armando. You was right. I knew Gunner was a tough football player. I knew that. I saw him in high school. I saw a lot of his runs in high school. I wasn't big on his throws because I just was so, well, let me just say this. Last season, I was already wanting to do a threat quarterback. Matter of fact, the season Bryce Young started at Alabama, that was the season I started to. I felt like, well, we need a mobile quarterback. It's time for a mobile quarterback. So when I started watching Gunner, 2 years ago, I'm in high school. I was like, well, wow, like this guy can run and he trucking. He can, he lowering his shoulder. So I was more so focused on his runs more so than his throws. But at the same time, I just want him to slide a little more. I said that in the video prior to this live. I was like, man, he got to start sliding. I like that toughness, but sometimes you got to learn how to slide. And if you don't want to get your head knocked off every goddamn run. You feel what I'm saying? Armando said Gunner wants his own ring. Yeah, I think so too. He will get one. Gunner will get one. If he don't get one this year, he'll get one next year. But who do y'all, Armando, Sacred Grove? This is the topic. King Brian. Who do y'all think, Rodney Gaines? Who do y'all think is gonna, step up as far as the wide receivers? Like, I don't have an idea right now. Rodney Gaines said, notice the committee disrespected Georgia all year, still gave them a most favorable side of the bracket. Oregon finally runs a gauntlet like Georgia. Yeah, yeah. Adrian was who that? Arian was catching everything Gunner threw at him. I have to go back and watch. I have to go back and watch because I can't necessarily remember. I don't even think I went back and watched. Yeah, I normally go back and watch, but I don't even think But if that's true, that's good. That's good that he do that. But he still got to get the hell on out of here. He got to get the hell on out of here. I ain't gonna lie. Imperial said Kobe Young. So you think Kobe Young's gonna be that guy for us next season? Dylan Bell. Dylan Bell. Is Dylan Bell dealing with some type of injury? Didn't he get injured? Because he's been quiet this season. Dylan Bell was my guy, man. Coming into the season, I thought Dylan Bell was gonna be a dog. I ain't even gonna lie. Coming into the season, I thought Dylan Bell was gonna be the guy that he was gonna be that guy. Like, no lie. Because I just didn't have faith in Arian. Rodney Gaines said Kobe Young. Mondo said Kobe Young and Delp. Yeah, Lawson Lucky caught that nice ass pass. Boy, look here. Look here now. Lawson Lucky. Hey, y'all don't forget about Lawson Lucky now. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't forget about him. Let's pull these guys up. Let's pull these guys up. Cause I gotta see the chat and see what y'all saying. Let's go to the wide receivers. All right, so we looking at the wide receivers. King Brian said Kobe Young and Lawson Lucky. Yeah, man, Lawson Lucky probably. Him and I would say him and Oscar Depp are probably neck and neck on how I feel about it. I think they neck and neck. Imperial said you said next season can't sleep on Anthony Evans. He needs to burn more plays his way. Yeah, that's true. Mondo TV said Bell can't get separation downfield. Nah, I think that's his hardest thing. I think that matter of fact, Armando said Bell can't get separation downfield. I think that's most of our wide receivers. If you think about it, that's why Carson has been having a good time. So when people keep asking about Carson leaving, I don't think it's so much of Carson needs to leave. I would like Carson to come back if depending on what we see from Gunner in the playoffs, that depends on if I would like to see Carson come back because Carson still got an arm on him. Carson still got experience. You know what I mean? He still makes some good plays. But like Armando was saying with Bell not getting any separation, none of our receivers are getting any separation. That's why Carson has been having a hard time. No, we can't take this second half of Gunner and try to say, well, Gunner made some couple of plays downfield, bro. Carson been playing with this team this whole season. There has been, and I've talked about this on prior videos about how we need to form some type of separation as far as the wide receiver goes. So I think that's our biggest problem when it comes to Carson Beck. It's not the fact that Carson Beck can't run. Carson Beck can make certain runs. Now he can't make the runs that Gunnar Stockton would make, but at the same time, if we had the wide receivers that can get open, like the guys like Eric Singleton from Georgia Tech, that hopefully is coming to Georgia. If we can get guys like him, Carson Beck wouldn't have a problem. He'll have a go-to. Rodney Gaines said Gunner with Gunner back there, watch they catch just about everything. You could be right. I hope you're right, Rodney Gaines. I hope you're right. Our tight end room gonna be sick next year. Yeah, we definitely gonna have some good tight ends. Rodney Gaines said next season, the young pup coming in. He is going to be another Ryan Williams. Who's the young pup? Who you talking about? Who you talking about? Shabazz Ali, is Kobe Young coming back? I think Kobe Young is coming back. Armando TV says CJ Wiley and Alesis Williams are going to be unstoppable next year. Are they going to play next year, Armando? You think they're going to play? You think they're going to play, or you think they're going to? I mean, with all of the guys that's on the roster now, we know half of these guys. We probably won't see half of these guys. I mean, look at the heights. Look at the heights of the wide receivers, y'all. Can y'all see this? Let me know if y'all can see this. Chat. Let me know if y'all can see our wide receivers and their heights. Like Dylan Bell 6'1", Jeremy Bell, whoever the hell that is, he's 6 feet. Luke Bennett is 5'11". You know what I'm saying? Like Walter Blanchard 6'1". I mean, this guy here, he's 6'3", but he's about probably like one of the tallest receivers, but we hadn't even seen him. You know what I mean? Danny Curran, 6'1". You know, Anthony Evans, he's been in, so I can't really count him, even though he's only 5'11", 6'2", 6'2", 6. I mean, so we need them guys, man. We need them tall, lanky guys like that can go up and make them catches, them George Pickens type catches. You know, Kobe Young, 6'3". You know, then it goes to the tight ends as far as the 6'5", 6'6", you know, and all that stuff. So. Sincere, what's up, man? What happened to you, man? You the one told me go live. I'm live now, and I'm just not seeing you. What's the deal, man? Goodbye, number 2. Rodney Gaines said Taylor, he wanted to be a dog. Yeah, yeah. But again, Armando said, yeah, he think that CJ Wiley and Taylor is going to play this season. Next season. I'm not sure about that. I hope they do though. We I've said it in prior videos that Kirby Smart and the coaching staff, they're gonna have to make a big and I know y'all seen this already. I know y'all saw this. They're gonna have to make a big decision next season. Like we're gonna have to either start those young guys or either get some dogs in the transfer portal. Sincere Harper said I was eating dinner with my family. All right, man, you good, man. You all right, man. I want to eat your food with the fam, man. But yeah, this breaking news tripped me out. I was like, wow, Nitro Tuggle. What reason y'all think he going into the transfer portal, man? Like, what is it because of Taylor and CJ Wiley? Sincere said we should get Alabama wide receiver, that 6'5" dude. Man, a lot of dudes that come from Alabama don't be want to come to Georgia. Yeah, what y'all think though? Why y'all think why y'all think my guy Nitro going into the transfer portal, man? Like, dude was a 4-star prospect. Like, I mean, he looked pretty good against Tennessee. I mean, what happened, man? Michael Jackson, man, like Michael Jackson the third. Like, I kind of figured he would go in. Um, Said he moving for more playing time. Uh, because Nitro wasn't getting PT. Yeah, I figured that. I figured that also. That's what I talked about. He probably wasn't getting no playing time. Emperor said that the portal at least two guys. The portal that what need that portal at least two guys. Yeah, we do need it. We do need it. With Tuggle leaving, the young freshman will play next season. I hope so. I hope so. Playing time. Yeah, I did figure that. I did figure it was playing time. Um, but my thing is, I just felt like, yeah, he didn't get a lot of playing time this season. But let's be real, y'all. Let's be real. They should have benched Arian Smith, man. At least play. They at least rotated him in Nitro. Like I just feel like sometimes Kirby need to do that. Like, what are we doing here? We have receivers that are consistently dropping balls. We have receivers like Arian Smith that's dropping them in the end zone. Why aren't we rotating? We rotate the defense faithfully, but we don't do the same when it comes to the offense. What is the problem? Like I don't have nobody that can honestly give me an explanation for that. Why don't we rotate our wide receivers? You cannot possibly tell me that Arian Smith is a better wide receiver than Nitro. You can't tell me that. Like Aaron, like I just don't see it. What we starting him because of his speed? That's not enough. If you can't catch the ball, you know what I mean? Uh Sincere said, no way Nitro had his head down after every game. To me personally, he should have waited because if we would have stayed, he would have got his. Yeah, that's what I was saying, Sincere. If he would have stayed, he would have got his playing time. You know what I mean? Like, it definitely after this season, he probably would have been having all the PT. Sacred said, we're in the era of freshman wide receivers. Look at other teams. Kirby needs to catch up. I've been saying that, though, Sacred. Kirby got to catch up. He got to catch up big time because everybody is doing it. Everybody is either, rotating their quarterbacks or rotating their wide receivers. We're the only team that doesn't rotate on the offense. The only players that we rotate is the tight ends and the running backs. In the O line. That's the only players that we rotate. We don't rotate quarterbacks when we need to settle down our starter, just like Texas did against us, even though it didn't work, but still, sometimes you got to settle the starter down. You know what I mean? We don't rotate wide receivers. What is the fucking problem? You know? Emperor said, only thing Kirby, he try to make guys be good when they fail his offense every game. He needs to learn how to pull the plug. Yeah, I don't think. But see, here's the thing, Emperor. I don't think that he need to pull the plug completely. I just think he need to settle them down. Like, hey, look, you need to settle down. Let me put somebody else in and make you remember why you should be the starter. Sincere said facts. I don't know why Kirby doesn't switch up on offense, but switch up on defense. Yeah, he switch up like crazy on defense because I think that Kirby, he's an old school coach. Old school coaches always believe in, even I believe in, defense wins games. And that's the truth. It's definitely showing this season for us. Defenses does win games. But at the same time, what's a defense if you can't score? If you can't score, the defense is going to eventually get damn tired because they stand on the field more than anything. So we got to do something. We got to rotate out. And Shabazz Ali said Lovett had a bad season. Yeah. Lovett also had a bad. I forgot about Lovett because we not hearing these dudes' names. I forgot all about Lovett. He's not having a great season. And the crazy part about it, he was the leading receiver over there at Missouri. And he just came to Georgia and like I don't know what happened this season. Sacred Grove said Kirby like experience. He chose experience over talent every time. Yeah, that's true. I agree. He always chooses experience. That's another reason why I said I would rather Carson come back with the receivers that we got coming in. Some of the new guys getting out there, I believe that Carson would do well because these receivers that we have right now starting, they can't get any separation. Carson needs you. Carson is a great thrower. He's a good thrower, true enough. But he's like any other quarterback. He needs somebody to get wide the hell open sometimes too. How many quarterbacks in college football that's not that don't have a receiver getting wide the hell open? Not every throw is a wide open catch, but at the same time, you need some type of separation at some point. And Carson has been getting that this season, and that's why Carson has been trying to force it a majority of the time this season. Sincere said, "I always say this Kirby thinks he's a what? I always say this. Kirby thinks he's freshman. His freshman isn't ready. He want them to wait until they a junior or senior. Yeah, I know, right? He be waiting. Like, what's the point, bro?" King Brian said Dan Jackson is having more better season than Starks. Yeah, Starks been quiet. I think he the last time we seen something major from Starks is when he caught that interception against, was it Clemson? Was it Clemson? Rodney Game said, "I think Carson will come back. This is this is not how he wants to go out." Yeah, yeah. Keon Laster said, "Ra Thomas getting kicked off the team really hurt us." It did. It did. Shabazz Beck will be back because after the injury, the NFL stock has went down. It definitely has. You right about that. Like I said, y'all, I believe with Beck coming back, it's gonna be big time for us. It's gonna be big time for us. Beck has the experience. Now, I can't agree with Kirby Smart when it comes to that. When it comes to the quarterback position of having an experienced quarterback. So with Beck going through this season, I think next season will be a cakewalk for Carson Beck. Um, let's see next season. Let's see. I gotta go to matter of fact, I'll go to the computer so that we all can see. Um, let's see. Because I hadn't checked it out. I've been meaning to check it out. Is this the 25? You'll have Trevor Etienne and Frazier back. Oh yeah, I'm glad to have those guys. Definitely. No, this is look like no, that's basketball. Football. Um, this is our 2025 season right here. Can y'all see this? I think y'all can. This is our 2025 season right here. Marshall Thunder, Herb, Austin P, Tech, Florida Gators, Charlotte 49. Wait, is this? Yeah, this is wow. Oh we. We got a this looks like a regular season for us. This is good right here. This is the 2025 schedule, and this is a decent schedule right here. I feel like we can work with this. I feel like Carson Beck coming back. Wow, we play Georgia Tech pretty early. Wow. We normally play Georgia Tech at that's November. Okay, so that's around the same time. Okay. So yeah, okay. Okay, that's around the same time. But yeah, this is a decent season for us. I like this schedule. I honestly like this schedule. I like the fact I don't know they don't have a date for us to play Alabama. I don't want to play Alabama early next season. I ain't worried about Kentucky. I'm not even really worried about Ole Miss next season. Like I'm not worried about them. Which I think that we still got a tough season, even with this season. Because I mean, you got Texas in the conference now, so you got another week. But it's funny though, because I don't see South Carolina, so I guess this is not it. I guess this is not it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, hold up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, this is the full schedule. Man, we don't play South Carolina again. Why are we not playing South Carolina? Damn, they want us to play Texas that bad. They want they want Georgia to go up against Alabama and Texas so damn bad in the regular season. It's crazy. That I just feel like I honestly feel like the committee don't want to see teams like Alabama and Georgia in the playoffs. They tired of seeing us because like when the last time we get scheduled to play Alabama 2 years back to back like that in the regular schedule? When is the last time? Like you know, we've got a lot of home games in the 2025, a reversal of this schedule. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, like I but the thing is, I'm trying to figure out why are we not scheduled to play South Carolina? You know? SC got tired of getting beat by Georgia. I don't know, boy. They had a crazy defense this season. Their defense was crazy good this season. But yeah, I don't know, man. This is a better season for us, man. I like this season. Would you rather have Aaron Smith, Tyler Williams, or Matt Landers? I don't like. I'd rather have Tyler Williams over Matt Landers and Aaron Smith. I'm gonna be real. Matt Landers couldn't catch. Matt Landers was scared to catch it. He was scared. Aaron Smith, I don't know. He just got. I don't know if he got butter on his butterfingers or what. Sincere. And in the Texas game, I didn't like how Kirby was only using Trevor and not using Nate or Rob. Yeah, that was crazy. I know y'all seen that. You're so right. Rodney the game said, "You're so right. Georgia and Bama, the committee is gunning to keep them out." Yeah, that's real shit. That's real shit. But back to what Sincere was saying in that Texas game, I know most of y'all seen how they were forcing ETN to run. Like, why? You have a great running back in Nate Frazier. In my opinion, some of y'all may disagree with me. Nate Frazier is a better running back than ETN is. ETN is a good running back. Nate Frazier will be a great running back if he stays healthy. Trust me when I tell you. It seems like a back to back with ETN being Nick Chubb and Nate Frazier being Sony Michelle. That's just how I see it. Not body built or anything like that, but just the way they run. But I still feel like Nate Frazier is a better running back. But yeah, back again to what Rodney was saying. You're so right. Georgia and Bama, the committee is gunning to keep them out. I think so. I think so. I think that like when the last time we played Alabama 2 seasons back to back in the regular season. Shabazz said if we can get rid of Mike Bobo and another OC, we can go undefeated. But Shabazz, you do realize that we're playing Alabama. This is the next season will be the second season we'll play Alabama in the regular season and Texas again. So we can't these the way the SEC is going at this point. You got Oklahoma, even though Oklahoma was terrible. You got Oklahoma and Texas coming over. We may not go undefeated. I don't care if we go undefeated, honestly. You know, I just want us to have a winning schedule. I don't care if we go undefeated. I just want to have a winning schedule. I want to win the SEC championship and hopefully play for a natty. So going undefeated is all good and stuff, but they intentionally made it hard for us. So I think it'll be better for us because that'll make us play harder. I don't know. I could be wrong. Mario Brewster say Kirby rewards longevity in the program. Rodney Gaines say, look at Georgia's schedule this year. The SEC intentionally loaded Georgia's schedule. They did. They did. Shabazz say the committee is tired of Bama. They always be in the playoffs. No, the committee is tired of Bama and Georgia. They're tired of Bama and Georgia. It ain't just being tired of Bama. Bama didn't get in because they lost 3 games this season, so that's why they didn't get in this season. But true enough, the committee they always give them the benefit of the doubt. They could have they even gave them the benefit of the doubt this season. You know what I mean? They just didn't make it. But my thing is Georgia is one of the teams too that the committee is tired of seeing because we keep reloading every single year. We reloading. That's why they brought Texas over. They brought Texas over because they feel like, well, Texas and Oklahoma, those programs was crying. Their head coaches was crying, oh, we won't get a chance to play. We won't get a chance to play for a national. We need to, come over. That's why they came over. Well, you got what you asked for, and you definitely got what you asked for against Georgia. Ass whooping. You got what you asked for. Keon Lasser say, I like how Kirby called out Greg Sankey after the game. Yeah, I like that too. He kept it real. That's one thing about Kirby and a lot of the coaches I see. A lot of these coaches, man, these guys are committed, man. These guys are definitely committed to these programs and they love these programs. And Kirby is one guy that we all know that love Georgia. He played at Georgia, obviously. He loves Georgia. And Kirby let them know, like, hey, man, y'all had us on the road majority of our schedule. Thank God we get to have this bye week where we can chill out a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Get some rest, man, because y'all been killing us, man. And old boy was looking like, I'm not going to look at him. It was crazy. Like, he was he was looking scared as shit, man. He was looking like, I don't want to turn and look at Kirby because Rodney Gaines said, I'll think about this. Georgia lost and dropped 9 spots after number 2, and Ohio State didn't even drop. Yeah, but that happens to us every season, Rodney Gaines. Anytime we lose one game, we dropping at least 6 spots. It's mandatory. Sis said, and this goes for every one of us UGA fans. How y'all think Gunner is going to do in the playoff? To me, he did good, but got a lot of stuff to learn about. True enough. Yep, Mike Bobo is going to switch up the offense. Shabazz Ali said, Texas came to the SEC and seen, wow, these Bulldogs is no joke. Yeah, they know what time it is. But Sincere, yeah, we was talking about that earlier. Like, Gunnar Stockton, I think he'll do well. I think they're definitely going to draw up a plan depending on who we play. And that's what we got to look at too. It all depends on who we end up playing, whether it's Indiana or Notre Dame. So we're gonna have something for either or team. You know what I mean? So I don't know how well he's gonna do. I just don't want to hype him up because that's what we did to Carson. We hyped him up. We hyped Carson. Oh yeah, Carson. Da 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 da. And you see, but let me make an excuse for Carson. He had a team that had no real wide receivers. So in his defense, he didn't have wide receivers that can get out there and get open. So I'm not even gonna say that Carson wasn't as good this season. He wasn't as good as he was last season, but I still think he's a good quarterback. And if he come back, we dogging teams out next season. Y'all already know what time it is. Rodney Gaines said, I hope our punter is okay. Yeah, I saw something about the injuries. Let's go here. Let's go here. Let's see if I can. Dawg Nation. They had put out they put out something earlier today about the injury list. Our punter plays a major role. Yeah, he do. Where is it? See, I don't like on the internet. The internet traffic report. Okay. I think they're gonna have it in here with Carson. They talking about Carson elbow situation. Beck suffered the injury on the final play of the first half of the SEC championship. Beck did not return for the final play of the game where he handed off the ball to Trevor Etienne for a 4-yard touchdown. Let's watch it again.
Let's hope that he's going to be okay as they check him out there at halftime. If he can't go, then Gunnar Stockton, who's not played.
That was nasty. Where is it? The punter? Where is it? I can't see where the punter is, but I have to look a little deeper because I think this is just talking about Gunnar and Carson. But yeah, I have to look into it a little more. I thought I seen something though. Let's get back in the chat. Mario said, don't want Beck to go get a real dual. Don't want Beck go get a real dual threat out the portal like Miami did with Cam Ward. I like Beck, man. I don't know, man. I like Beck. I'm not willing to give up on him, Mario. Sacred said, and Kobe Young and Ra went down on his. Yeah, Shabazz said, I think Carson got the big head and his teammates seen it and almost stopped playing for him. Just look at at those drop catches. I don't know, Shabazz. I don't know, man. We overreacting at this point when we saying stuff like that. I don't know. I don't know. Damn. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I think that Carson just did not have what he had. Just think about it. He didn't have Lad McConkey. He didn't have Brock Bowers. I mean, just think about it. Now, at first, I didn't believe that he needed to have both of those guys to be successful, but it shows, bro. Like if you look at the throws, a lot of the throws to Arian Smith was like right in his hands. Like even the commentators, like you got to catch those. So we can't necessarily do Carson like that. Now I understand he threw a lot of interceptions, but you gotta look at all of the interceptions. Every interception wasn't due to Carson Beck. A lot of times it was due to just him not having him. Yeah, some of the interceptions was due to him forcing it. I will agree with y'all on that one. But some of them was just due to the fact that we just don't have no guys to get open, man. Just look at 90% of the snaps, bro. Nobody is getting wide open. Like we need somebody to get open. We can't just be expecting Carson just to make every single throw with mediocre type of wide receivers, bro. It's just not gonna happen. How many quarterbacks out there got a mediocre wide receiver room and is on top right now? That's conference champions right now. I don't know too many quarterbacks that can do it. That's conference champions right now that's playing in the playoffs with mediocre wide receivers. Most teams at least got one guy that's their go-to, that's got, at least one guy. Sacred said, Ra left the team, Kobe Young, two starters. He practiced with all season. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, Kobe Young. I mean, you got to think these guys right here is the guys that he probably were leaning on. Those are the guys that I feel like he probably was going to lean on. If that's the case, the receivers are hurting their own stock. Yeah, man, them receivers ain't, man, these guys, come on, man. Like Dylan Bell, Dominic Lovett, Arian Smith, those are not big time guys. We're not expecting to see them on Sunday. I'm not expecting to see none of them on Sundays. Maybe Dylan Bell, maybe, but Aaron Smith and Dominic Lovett, I was expecting to see more from Dominic Lovett, but Aaron Smith, nah, I can't put that on Carson. Since it said Carson didn't have weapons, he doesn't have a playmaker, wide receiver out there, out wide receiver core running room is short. Yeah, like that's the main thing. I think people are missing. I think people are expecting Carson to just be this great quarterback to make completions on every single throw. That's just not going to happen. You know what I mean? This was, Carson had playmakers last season. He has none this season in the wide receiver room. None of these guys are doing anything. Like in the beginning, I was all for the talk of, yeah, it's too many drops. We can't blame drops on Carson Beck. Oakley, we can't blame drops on Carson Beck. And we getting Kobe Young back in round 2 of the playoffs. Yeah, we need somebody. We need somebody. You gotta. Let's just say this. Let's just say this. The wide receiver core is a part of Carson Beck's bad game this season. We haven't had a good wide receiver since Pickens. See, now we talking, Shabazz. Now you're talking some good talk. We hadn't had a good receiver since George Pickens. That's a true statement. Rodney Gaines said Julian Humphrey, I figured, would have been used a lot more. Julian Humphrey? No, not Julian Humphrey. No, you talking about not Julian Humphrey. You talking about the other kid. You're talking about London Humphrey. That's what I think you talking about London Humphrey. Cause Julian Humphrey is the defense unless we're on the defense now. I didn't know the conversation was talking about defense, but Rodney Gaines said Julian Humphrey I figured would have been used a lot more. Yeah, London Humphrey, London Humphrey. Yeah, Yeah, London Humphrey, he scored on us against Vanderbilt. He scored on us against Vanderbilt, so I thought I would see a lot more from him too. You're right, Rodney Gaines. I thought I would see a lot more from him also. But why do we have so many receivers blocking, man? Why do we have so many wide receivers blocking? Like what's the deal? What is the deal? The wide receivers are blocking just as much as the damn tight ends. Like what are we doing? Like, what are we doing? Now, if I could criticize Mike Bobo, I would criticize him about that. Why are all of our wide receivers well, maybe because we don't have a dual threat quarterback. I don't know. That might be my answer. That might be my Sincere said London is all right. He came from Vanderbilt. He doesn't have footwork. I don't know. I don't know. I ain't seen enough from him. You seen something that I ain't seen, Sincere, because I ain't seen enough from him. Oakley Farmer said, we do what do you think about 5-star receiver that just signed with UGA for next year? What you mean? You Taylor? I think Taylor Taylor's a dog. I think Taylor Taylor's gonna be one of them guys like George Pickens. I put his highlights up. Y'all know I'm always good for the highlights, and I think he's a dog, man. Sincere said that's why Nitro left because Kirby had him blocking. Yeah, and it's sad that that guy was, because Nitro probably would have been one of those guys next season, man. He would have had a starting job next season. Shabazz said, Georgia has always been a running team. We not big in the passing game. Well, that's true. That's true. But what about the 2021-2022 season? The 2021 we was I mean, Stetson was making it rain out there, dropping bombs out there. We were put it like this. If you pay attention to the beginning of this season, we were a pass first team because we didn't have any running backs. So we did establish more so of the pass. We just don't have the guys to be consistent with it. Sincere said he should start his freshman year. Who you talking about, Taylor? Come on, we talking about Kirby Smart, y'all. We talking about Kirby Smart. When the last time Kirby Smart started a freshman wide receiver? Can anybody tell me? Because I don't remember the last time Kirby Smart started a freshman wide receiver. We talking about Kirby Smart here now. Old school coach. He ain't that old, but he coaches like an old school coach. Yeah, yeah. 21-22 season, they had dogs. But yeah, like I said, when the last time Kirby Smart started a freshman? So this is gonna tell you guys if Taylor and CJ Wiley is gonna start next year. Because from my knowledge, since Kirby has been at Georgia, he hasn't started a freshman wide receiver. He could have started George Pickens, but you know what he did? He went in the portal, and who he went and got, y'all? I bet y'all can't tell me who he went and got. I know y'all can tell me. Y'all Dogs fans. George Pickens could have started his freshman year, and I can't remember the year, but George, who did he Shabazz said George didn't Pickens start his freshman. No, Pickens didn't. Pickens didn't start his freshman year. They went in the transfer portal and got somebody. I want y'all to tell me who they got. Do y'all remember who Kirby went and got out the transfer portal? George Pickens didn't start his freshman year. I'm just going to say because I don't think nobody remember, but it was Lawrence Cager. It was Lawrence Cager. He went and got Lawrence Cager out the transfer portal from Miami, and then George Pickens came in. Like George Pickens was. I think George Pickens was kind of like rotating a little bit, so he might have started some, but they went in that transfer portal. They had George Pickens already, but they went in the transfer portal and got Lawrence Cager. But I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Now that I'm thinking about it, I could be wrong, but I don't know. I may be right. Uh Sacred Grove said that he might don't have a choice next season if Bell and Arian Lovett leaves. Nah, from the looks of it, I think Lovett is a senior and Arian is a senior. Bell is a sophomore, so we know Bell won't go nowhere. Since it's at our wide receiver core in 2022 was deep. We just had Lad McConkey, Brian Bowers, uh, Arian Mitchell, Adonis Mitchell, Rosemary Jack Saint, yeah, Darnell Washington. Yeah, we had some studs, man. We had some real dogs. That yeah, man. I missed that. I ain't gonna lie, I missed that, y'all. I missed that. But Kirby hasn't started, in my opinion, like to my knowledge, Kirby hasn't started a freshman since he been at Georgia. George Pickens might have been he might have started George Pickens, but I think Lawrence he went in the transfer portal and got Lawrence Cager and started Lawrence Cager over George Pickens. I think I'm not mistaken. I'm not mistaken. But yeah, y'all go ahead and chop it up, man. I gotta run downstairs and get something to drink. Yeah, these are our wide receivers right here. Y'all check our wide receivers out. I'll be right back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. What's going on in the chat? Shabazz said Kirby spent NIL money on Beck. That's why we couldn't get a big time receiver. You got a point. You may have a point there. Sacred Grove said we recruited 4 top 50 receivers. Kirby best wide receiver class. You think so? 4 top 50 wide receivers. I gotta look into that. You might be onto something. Shabazz said this might make some people mad, but I have to ask, why don't Kirby recruit any black quarterbacks? He have. He have. Um, yeah, he definitely have. I don't think y'all can hear. Y'all may not be able to hear this, but I'm about to play it. Yeah. About to go to my channel right now. Yeah. I don't know, Shabazz. I don't know if you subscribe to me or not or nothing like that, but yeah, on my channel I post all of these, all of the top guys highlights. Yeah. Like, yeah. Yeah. I mean, sometimes he don't start them, but this guy right here, he's Hazika Millender. Yeah. So this guy right here, uh, I think this guy right here is going to be a asset to the team right here, man. He can throw, he can run, and he's black. So my thing is, we have been, in my opinion, we have been having that problem of not recruiting or not at least starting a black quarterback. Uh, And like Sacred Grove is saying, we currently have a black quarterback in Jaden Rashada. So yeah, we do. So that's why I'm not so big on that. I know a lot of people talk about that, and that is kind of like the elephant in the room. The fact that recruit um we don't recruit black quarterbacks, but I just think that some quarterbacks, in my opinion, some dual threat quarterbacks, they don't fit in Georgia's playbook sometimes. Because Georgia seem like they love pocket passing quarter. They haven't got out that era yet of a pocket passing quarterback. So once they get out that era, I think it'll be a little better for us to get a quarterback like one of these guys, whether they're white or black. Yeah, Justin Fields. Yeah, Justin Fields too. Yeah, you gotta admit he do go in there and get black quarterbacks. It's just that they haven't succeeded yet at Georgia. We haven't seen one succeed. And just think about it. So when we say, "Oh, Kirby Smart don't like to start or recruit black quarterbacks," okay, I don't think that's it because look at Carson Beck and Gunnar Stockton, right? And then look at Jake Fromm and Justin Fields. Like it's kind of the same situation, but both of these guys this season is white. So I just think I think it's Kirby. I think it's who Kirby decide he feel like, you know, is the best quarterback is that can help us win ball games. I think that's all to it. Who gives us a better chance? But this guy right here, man, I like this guy. He's only a 3-star, but I think this guy right here is pretty a pretty decent quarterback, honestly. Like with some development, I think he's a pretty decent quarterback. Oakley Farmer said, "See what happened with Stetson. He was a mobile quarterback." Yeah, that's all it's about, y'all. I don't think it's necessarily about black and white. I think sometimes it's just about the program. If the guy fits, like Justin Fields didn't fit with Georgia's playbook. He just didn't fit. Um, a pocket passing quarterback fit a little better. We had a bulky offensive line that gave Jake Fromm 6-7 minutes to throw the ball at times. So that's what it was about at that time. Um, but Justin Fields went to Ohio State and dogged out. You know what I'm saying? But that was our loss, and I think Kirby Smart will not continue to make that mistake. um, Sacred said we need a dual threat, black or white. Stetson Bennett showed us that works well. Yeah, definitely. Like I say, man, I don't think it's black or white. I used to think the same way though. I thought that at one point too. Like even before Kirby, I thought the same thing. Like, damn, Georgia don't seem like they want to start no black quarterbacks, but I think, like I say, I think we just haven't had one to succeed yet. I think either Jaden Rashada, this young man right here, he's Hazika Millender, even Ryan Puglisi. Ryan Puglisi is he's a dual threat also. So like we have all dual threats in our and everybody that we have on the roster right now. Well, not right now because these guys aren't on the actual roster. They're signed, but they're not on the actual roster. But everybody signed and on the roster right now are pretty much dual threat quarterbacks that we'll see. These other guys that we won't see, I can't really speak on them. Like Coulter Jen and all of them, I can't really speak on them. Sam Bush can't speak. Sam Bush is dual threat too, but we won't see Sam Bush. He almost like Stetson Bennett. We probably won't see him. Y'all can see these highlights, right? Sacred Grove said he got the black quarterback from Wake Forest, but he never played. What black quarterback he got from Wake Forest? Oh, you talking about yeah, he opted out. I forgot it. I forgot his name. He opted out. And he was a dual threat too. Yeah, I remember that. I remember that. And he would have started too. Yeah, I forgot that dude name. What is he doing now? What is he doing? He ain't doing. I ain't heard his name. I ain't heard his name yet in the NFL. What is he doing? Damn, I got his name on the tip of my tongue, y'all. I got his name on the tip of my tongue. Damn, I can't think of it. I can't think of it. Yeah, man. But this guy right here, Zika, man, he seems like a good. He can throw. A lot of people was hating on him in the comment section. Uh, but I think I think he'll be good. I think Ezekiel will be good. Um, talking about dang, the guy who went to the NFL. Yeah, yeah. He was from Wake Forest. I can't remember. Can't remember his name, man. Um, I ain't. It don't even matter. I don't. It don't matter. He ain't playing for Georgia no way, so it don't matter. Ryan Puglisi. Ryan is that guy too, though, y'all. Can y'all see the YouTube highlight? Ryan is that guy too, man. Ryan that guy too, though. Ryan, he to me, Ryan is built like a dog. He just built like a dog to me. He built like he's that little throw right there. I don't kind of like that throw. I ain't gonna lie. But hey, it was a completion. But he's built like a guy that's confident. You know what I mean? Look at that. He's running. You know what I mean? Brett Thorson, our punter, is out for the rest of the season. Knee. Damn it. Jamie Newman. Yup, that's him. That's him. Jamie Newman. I think Ryan is going to be QB1 or QB2 next year. You think so, Sincere? I mean, he looks good enough, man. He looks good, man. Like he looks very good. I like Ryan. I've been saying this since Ryan before I think since before Ryan committed. They was recruiting him and I saw his highlights way back. I think it was some other it wasn't even these highlights. I saw him and I was like, "Damn, this dude right here might be good for us, cuz he can run." You know what I mean? So at that time we didn't have Jaden Rashada. We didn't have I think we had just I think Gunner was already committed, but and we also had the other guy that transferred Brock Vandegrift. So we all had high hopes for Brock, but Ryan Puglisi has been that guy that I've always wanted to see. Like it's just let's watch this play. It's just I feel like with Ryan Puglisi, he just got the body of a confident quarterback. Like he doesn't play like he's scared. He doesn't play like he's scared. He plays like he knows where he wants to go every play. He plays like he knows what he want to do. I see he throw off the back of his foot a lot of times, and but I think he like I said, yeah, he throwing off the back of his foot a little bit. He got to change that. Let's see what he do right here. All right, that's a good throw. Good throw. Hey, good throw. Okay. Ryan the game said Ryan will start. It's between him or Gunner. Why you don't think Jaden Rashada got a dog in the fight, Rodney? You don't think Jaden Rashada got a dog in the fight? I think Jaden Rashada might have a dog in the fight now because you got to think now. Ryan Puglisi, he's kind of probably sitting behind Jaden Rashada. We've been seeing a lot of conversation between Carson and Jada Rashada. Now that could just be friendly conversation on the sidelines, but I don't know. Maybe Jada Rashada does have a dog in the fight. I don't think. Okay. Ooh, he got up out of there. Okay, I don't think. Do y'all how y'all see his arm? What do y'all feel about Ryan Puglisi's arm? Because he hasn't shown nothing super deep. So He can damn sure run. He can damn sure run, baby. I can see that. Sacred said, I heard good things about Jaden Rashada behind the scene talk. Yeah, man, you should go watch some of his highlights also. Jaden Rashada got a bomb ass arm. He got a bomb ass arm. Sincere said, what I'm looking at though, who's going to have the heart and accuracy to throw the ball? Look, out of all quarterbacks, out of these guys, out of Jaden Rashada, Gunnar Stockton, and my guy right here, Ryan Puglisi, I think Jaden Rashada has the best arm. I don't know. I got all of their highlights except for well, y'all seen what Gunnar Stockton able to do. But I got Ryan Puglisi's highlights right here. I got I don't have Jaden Rashada highlights up, I don't think. But I've seen his highlights, and that guy got a better arm than everybody. Slits Youngin, Julius something, right? Julius who? Julius. Yeah, I think Jada Rashada got the best arm. Out of the whole I think Julian? Julian who? Who we talking about? Georgia be all right, man. We got dual threats. Can we look at Jaden highlights? Yeah. Yeah. We can look at Jaden highlights. Ryan doing his thing though. Big body guy. Ryan doing his thing. We can Jaden Rashada. Yeah, I didn't put his highlights up. Uh I didn't put his highlights up because at the time, he had just we didn't know where he was going. Y'all probably can't hear the sound, but yeah. So I watched his highlights when he was at Arizona State, but look at his arm. Deep, massive arm. Massive arm. He got the best arm out of the whole quarterback room. He got the biggest arm. Look like it's skipping a little bit, y'all. I tell you what, because it looked like it's skipping. It looked like it's skipping. Yeah, it looked like it's skipping on my end, y'all. So I tell you what, I'm gonna have to put his highlights up just so people can see it. I'm gonna do a video putting his highlights up, but it looked like it's skipping. My CPU is probably high as shit right now. You know what I'm saying, on cloud nine. Um, but yeah, all in all, man. All in all, like I said, man, y'all, if you want to, y'all can go check his highlights out. Uh, y'all can go check his highlights out, and I'm gonna end this live because, like I said, my CPU is probably burning right now. I gotta clean this computer. Anyway, man, y'all stay tuned to the Dog House. I'm about to end this live, man. I appreciate everybody that came in the conversation and chopped it up with the dog. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully I can come back and chop it up with y'all again when my CPU get better. But right now I'm effed up. So man, y'all stay tuned to the Dog House, baby. I'm out.